All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're tackling something really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
We're going to be talking about Robinhood. Remember Robinhood?
Oh yeah, the app, the trading app.
Yeah, exactly. The one that kind of like brought stock trading to the masses.
To the people.
Yeah. And we're going to be focusing specifically on what happened right after the 2020 presidential election.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So yeah, so like right after Trump was reelected, Robinhood saw this like insane surge in profits.
Really?
Yeah, so get this, the transaction-based revenue
Okay.
increased by 236%.
What?
Yeah, 236%, totaling like $672 million.
Whoa, that's a lot of money.
I know, and that's not even the craziest part.
There's more.
Oh yeah, their crypto trading revenue,
Oh wow. Okay.
it went up by 700%.
700%.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I know, right?
Wow.
And their overall profit just like blew past all expectations.
What were they expecting?
So analysts were predicting like 44 cents per share.
Okay.
But they ended up hitting $1.01 per share.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was crazy. And on top of that, their assets under custody
Okay.
grew to like a massive $193 billion.
Whoa. Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
Help me understand this a little better.
Yeah.
Like, even in the world of finance,
Mm-hmm.
these numbers are huge, right?
Oh, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
like, how out of the ordinary was this?
It was a big deal. Like, I mean, even with all the ups and downs you usually see in the market,
Yeah.
this was like a whole other level.
Okay, so what typically makes trading activity go up or down?
I mean, there's a bunch of factors, right?
Yeah.
Like you've got economic indicators, company earnings, interest rates.
Right.
Like all sorts of things can affect how people are feeling about the market.
Yeah.
But this time, it seemed like the election itself was like a major catalyst.
Okay, so how exactly did the election play into this Robinhood boom?
Well, that's what's so fascinating, right? It's like trying to connect the dots.
Right.
So on one hand, you have this like this uncertainty that always comes with elections, right?
People get nervous, yeah.
Exactly. People are like, oh, what's going to happen to my investments? Well, is the market going to tank?
Right, yeah.
And that can lead to people making some like impulsive trades.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you got these specific campaign promises and policies that might have also played a role.
Okay, like what?
Well, for example, remember how 6 renewable energy stocks actually dipped after the election?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it seems like some investors were betting that a second Trump term would mean less focus on those sectors.
Oh, so they were like anticipating a shift in priorities.
Exactly. Fascinating. So it wasn't just like random panic selling.
Yeah.
It was people trying to like strategically position themselves based on what they thought was going to happen politically.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
And then, of course, we can't forget about crypto.
Oh, right. Crypto was going crazy around that time, too.
Exactly. It was like the perfect storm for Robinhood because they let users trade crypto too.
Yeah.
So they were like right in the middle of this like massive wave of enthusiasm.
Which explains the 700% revenue jump.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about this whole assets under custody thing.
Yeah.
Robinhood had like, what, $193 billion?
Yeah, $193 billion.
That's like a mind-boggling number.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for me a little bit?
Sure. So basically think of it like this.
Okay.
Robinhood is kind of like a giant digital vault,
Okay.
right? And all of their users' investments are stored in that vault.
So like all their stocks and crypto and everything.
Exactly. And the assets under custody number,
Yeah.
that represents the total value of everything that's being held in that vault.
Okay, so the fact that it grew by 88%, that means that people were not only trading more, but
Right.
they were also like pouring more money into Robinhood.
Exactly. So it wasn't just seasoned investors making a few extra trades.
Right.
It's like a ton of new people jumping into the market, probably because Robinhood made it so easy to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's a pretty big deal because it shows how technology is making finance more accessible to everyone.
Right, like democratizing it.
Exactly.
But that can also be a little bit,
Unpredictable.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got more people participating in the market,
Yeah.
especially people who might be new to investing,
Right.
things can get a little bit volatile.
Yeah. It's like you said before, there's a lot of like uncertainty and emotion involved.
Definitely.
Especially around big events like elections.
Yeah.
So what can we as like everyday investors learn from all this?
Well, I think one of the biggest takeaways is that politics and finance are like way more connected than we might realize.
Right.
It's not just about numbers and charts anymore.
Yeah.
Like what happens in Washington can have a direct impact on our investments.
Exactly. So we need to pay attention.
Yes, definitely stay informed.
Be aware of what's going on.
And don't just blindly follow the crowd.
Yeah, think for yourself.
So here's the big question now.
Okay.
Could we see this happen again?
Like another Robinhood sirs.
Yeah, after future elections?
I mean, it's definitely possible, right?
Yeah.
Like we live in this super connected world.
Right.
Information spreads so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Sentiment can change in an instant.
And people react.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe a surprise election result
Right.
or a big policy announcement
Yeah.
or even just like a viral trend on social media.
Yeah.
Anything could trigger another wave of trading activity.
So basically, you just got to be ready for anything.
Exactly.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but we want to leave you with one final thought, okay? If these kinds of market swings become the new normal,
Yeah.
what does that mean for the future of finance?
Right.
And for investors like you?
It's something to think about for sure.
Head over to our website and let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
And until next time, keep exploring.
See you later. KIM.